Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jesse here, and today I'm bringing you a review of a little blended Scotch here. Now this is going to be my first time trying good old Monkey Shoulder. So the last week or two, I've been on a Scotch kick, and I went through a whole bourbon phase. Now I'm on a Scotch kick, and I figured I should try this. A lot of people say this is a very good entry into Scotch, and this is a blend of 3 single malts. So apparently now they may be using 4. So it's like 3 or 4 single malts blended to get their signature. What is it? Batch 27. So if you didn't know, the batch 27 isn't actually batch specific. They're all batch 27. I think it has something to do with they chose the 27th batch that they ever made as their original Monkey Shoulder. So this is 3 single malts, like I said. So we've got Glenfiddich, we've got Balvenie, and we've got Canenvie, or Canenvie. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I've got all of those in here. I've never tried any of those, so this should be interesting. There's no age statement, but I have heard that it is on the younger side. It's not like Glenfiddich 12 or anything. It's just the distilleries giving their Scotch away pretty much to blend this. And people think it's around 8 years, maybe a little bit younger. It's aged in ex-bourbon, and then it's vatted up to 6 months to let all the scotches marinate in a barrel, and then they bottle it right there on the spot. I can only assume it is chill filtered and colored, but they don't say anything about it. So I figured, let's go ahead and decapitate this. Got a nice little metal, what would you call that? A metal stamp, plaque thingy with 3 monkeys on it. Pretty cool. It's a nice bottle all around. Looks like it's pretty thick glass. So oh, that's actually pretty nice. So there's actually 3 monkeys on the cork there. I don't know. It's the 3 brass. Well, they're not brass monkeys. That'd be funny. It's the 3 monkeys that are there. On the top, it's kind of like engraved. It looks pretty nice. I like that. Can we get a nice pop though? Beautiful. Without further ado, put that right there. Oh wow, okay. I guess I'll let that rest a little bit. Oh, that smells very nice. It's reminding me of the Glenlivet 12, which I had last night. Maybe because it's a Scotch. Maybe because Glenfiddich and Glenlivet are kind of similar. I don't know. I've never had the Glenfiddich, but let's let that sit and read this bottle, shall we? The front doesn't say anything, does it? Rooted in malt whiskey history and inspired by the malt men who still turn the malting barley batches of Speyside's finest single malt whiskeys, then married to achieve a smoother, richer taste. So, if you didn't know, this is marketed towards bars and bartenders as a cocktail mixing whiskey that is affordable but still has a very nice balanced flavor. And so, but a lot of people swear by drinking this neat. It's apparently amazing, so we'll have to see about that. And then A malt man's skills is demonstrated as he turns the malting barley by hand. Years ago, some malt men would develop a strain injury known as monkey shoulder. Thankfully, the condition no longer exists. Yeah, so I was actually going to talk about that. I didn't know it was on the bottle. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I guess they used to get a strained shoulder from stirring up the malt for so long that it just became a strain they called monkey shoulder. I'm not really sure why they would go with that, but who knows. Let's see, swingbymonkeyshoulder.com. That's pretty funny. Let's read the back here. Inspired by the malt man's craft, Monkey Shoulder has been created using Speyside's finest single malt whiskeys, resulting in a rich blended malt of exceptional smoothness. Taste, we got mellow vanilla with spicy hints. The nose is zesty orange, vanilla honey, and spiced oak. Okay, so I'm getting floral. Yeah, definitely floral. Floral, apple. I want to say like a green apple. Like just a juicy, crisp apple. Oak for sure. I think what I'm getting from the Glenlivet is the oak and then the honey, because I'm definitely getting honey and oak. I get that in the Glenlivet. I get a little bit of floral in the Glenlivet, honestly. Now this is not sat very long, but what is that? I'm getting the slightest, the ever slightest grape. Like purple grape Kool-Aid, but less artificial. And it's weird because I actually got that in the Glenlivet last night when I did, I let it rest 15 minutes, did a full write-up on it, and I was getting the grape, and it was very reminiscent of this, and like I've referred to in the past, the E&J brandy, which is actually sitting back there because I have a whole different bar over there for mixing and other stuff. So that's over there now, but E&J VSOP brandy is very much grape Kool-Aid liquor, and I'm getting the faintest purple grape. Not artificial by any means, though. Not in this. That's interesting. I like that. If I really try, I can get some vanilla, but it's not very strong either. I didn't mention this is coming in at 43% alcohol by volume. It actually, in the UK and maybe some other parts of the world, but I know in the UK it is 40% ABV, whereas in America and Canada it is 43%. So it's interesting. Don't know why they did that, but I paid $50.25 for this on sale. It's regular $53.25 where I live at the LCBO. Along with this is their core offering. They also have a smoky rendition, which is called Smoky Monkey. I've never seen it here, but they do have it, and it uses Balvenie Peat Week in it, so that's kind of interesting. It would definitely be interesting to try. I really like peat and peated whiskey, so I think it would be right up my alley, but I have never seen it at the LCBO, so I'm gonna have to keep hunting for it, but if I ever find that, you guys will see a review. Alright, well, it's been sitting long enough. Cheers, guys. Oh, wait. I got the faintest little bit of butterscotch in there. Yep, like a butterscotch candy. I think it's starting to open up, but anyways, cheers. Wow. You know, I'm thinking that appley grape, I pulled out apple and grape singularly, but maybe it's pear, because on the palate it tastes like a Bartlett pear. Definitely very malty. There's no grain in this, so it's just malt. Pear, malt, oak, a little bit of lemon, lemon citrus in there. Not lemon zest. It's not that bitter. Maybe more of like a lemon oil, I would say. It's nice and sweet, smooth. Getting a little bit of amaretto on the back end that almost turns into like a dark chocolate orange, like a Terry's chocolate orange. After you swallow it, it goes from amaretto right into this dark chocolate orange that is very nice. A nice oak spice all the way through the finish, but at the tip it's just juicy pear, sweet honey, and then it turns into the spice and darker flavors. The citrus is definitely there with the pear as well. Viscosity is pretty light. I wouldn't say it's oily. I wouldn't say it's that oily or thick, but it definitely coats the mouth and gets your mouth watering. Like it makes you salivate like nothing else. And you can probably see the legs on it. I mean, it looks decently oily in the glass, so add a little bit of water here. Alright, 15 drops of water. Let that marry. The honey is so prominent now. It's just floral honey, vanilla, oak. You don't get much of that spice. I'm getting, see now that I've watered it, I'm getting that malt, that smell that is reminiscent of vomit. And I mean that in a good way, as good of a way as it can be. Like, obviously I don't enjoy the smell of vomit, but getting that strong vomity note that I got in Grant's. I would refer to it as musty. It turned a little bit musty. Definitely lost the apple and grape, the pear. I'm just getting oak, spice, musty, slight vanilla. I think the musty is actually taking over as the water marries. It smells a lot like a Grant's triple oak blended scotch. Okay, so I'm getting slight little bit of honey into just really musty malt. The spice is still there, but it's not as prominent. Obviously, the water has diluted the spice. The finish is still kind of there. It's not as strong, but it's still kind of lingering. So this stuff does have a pretty decent finish, but I was expecting more because I know a lot of people added water to this and they actually really enjoyed it. I don't like it. I think it ruined it, to be quite honest. There's not many whiskeys I can say it quite ruined it altogether and made it taste a lot worse. I don't like when it waters it down, but this is not for me. This tastes really musty, like a cheap blend. Yeah, I don't like it. So I would not be diluting this, and I would not be putting this on the rocks. I typically wouldn't even add water, being 43%. You guys know most of my videos I don't add water, because if something is 40%, I'm definitely not going to add water. Even though I know some people do, I just usually don't. I find it takes away from the mouthfeel, it takes away from that intense spice and bold flavor, which is what I personally enjoy. So for me, it kind of ruins it. Now, higher percentage whiskeys, I find it's okay. Barrel proof stuff, anything like that, sure. This, no, I'm not going to be adding water. I'm not going to be adding ice. None of that. But overall, I'm going to say my rating will be based on taste, nose, and finish without the added water. We're going to go nose. Nose was pretty nice. I really enjoyed the nose. I'm going to give that an 88. On the palate was pretty good. Not super complex, but enough depth to like search for stuff. I'm going to give the palate an 85. I think this is really good for the price. And for any of the single malts that are in this, maybe not as old, but any of the single malts from the distilleries that are in this will cost you almost double the price. So I have to say it's for the value, the palate is really good. So 85. The finish was pretty good. It lasted a lot longer than most of my scotches. And it had a nice spice, and it was not super complex, but I really liked the dark chocolate orange. That was a nice factor in there. Not something you get with a lot of stuff. It's not super rare, but it's always got a place in my heart because I love dark chocolate, and I think it pairs really nicely with orange. So the finish, I'm going to go ahead and give this an 81. Overall, really good for the price, $50.25. It's a buy every day. I'm going to keep this on my shelf. It's a daily sipper as far as Scotch goes for me. I'm very excited to see what happens as this has time to open up in the bottle since we've got past the neck pour. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video, but definitely stay tuned, subscribe for more. Leave a comment down below. Anything helps. The YouTube algorithm helps me grow, helps me get out there, and I appreciate all of you guys watching till the end. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of these. I've got playlists down below for every different class of whiskey, and yeah, I'm super excited to get into these other single malts soon, just because I am on a Scotch kick. Stay tuned for more Decapitation videos. Hope everyone's doing great and staying safe out there. This has been Whiskey Business, and I'm out. Peace.